guys, it's Patrick Spero from NowDebateThis.com here at Gettysburg. We're going to go in search of presidential leadership. Hey guys, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Sure. I'm working on a history website called NowDebateThis.com. Okay. And we're looking at presidential leadership, and I was wondering, who do you guys think was the best president ever?
Well,
Lincoln?
I don't know.
No? Washington. All right, why do you think Lincoln?
Washington.
Probably. Why do you think Lincoln? Here, speak up to.
I just like him. Actually, yeah, Lincoln.
Well, what about Washington?
Well, he was a great general in the war, one of the few presidents that did fight the war, and he did help shape our nation.
Right.
Got a lot of the stuff going, like banks and that.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't even run for president, he just given it.
Yeah. What do you think?
Abraham Lincoln cared about our country a lot.
Yeah.
He didn't want it to be split up into two. He just wanted it to be one country.
Well, I think Washington and Lincoln were similar in that way, right? Both fought for the Union. Great. Well, hey guys, it's Patrick Spero from Now Debate This. I'm here in Gettysburg with our licensed tour guide, Paul Bowserman.
Very well. Pronounced correctly.
So Paul, I was wondering, you know, all your work aside, who do you think is the greatest president in U.S. history?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I would go with Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR. Wow, we haven't heard that one yet.
No.
What about his presidential style? Do you think made him the greatest?
The time he came into office, the problems we had with the Depression, he gave the proper programs what they needed, more or less dictatorial powers. Today you wouldn't have that, but back then he took the bull by the horns and put the people back to work that needed to be to work, even though some of his programs were later on said unconstitutional and you couldn't do it, but at the time he gave them the shot in the arm they needed.
And today we're here at Gettysburg, the largest battle in the Civil War, correct?
Correct.
And what about the Civil War? When you look at Lincoln and his leadership style, what do you admire most about Abraham Lincoln?
Well, he was more of a common man rather than getting involved in politics like many of the others were. You're going to find there's a lot of political generals on the battlefield during this war, and it was who you knew, not what you could do. And again, Lincoln, whether it was fate or whether it was a combination of fate and his ability, put the proper men in the position they needed to be in at the time to give the victory to the Union arms.
Sounds like you really admire decision making.
It has a lot to do, as you'll see in this battle, or lack of it.
Great, well, let's go.
All right. In the spotted sunlight is where Reynolds went down. Your question, how do they know he went down there? People ask, how do we know what we do of this battle? It's a combination of many things. John Batchelder was sent here right after the battle by Congress, Committee on the Conduct of the War. Headhunters, fact finders, they wanted to know what happened and why. He would stay as the first park historian. He would talk to participants. He would talk to eyewitnesses. He would correspond with veterans, reunions, people coming back, diaries, books. Every officer, after an engagement, had to write an official report. They are bound in encyclopedic form, 127 volumes and 2 indexes. Gettysburg alone has 3 volumes that thick.
These are the
We're NowDebateThis.com, we're a history website, and we're out going across the country this summer talking to folks about presidential leadership. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Abraham Lincoln.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Reagan.
And what was it about Roosevelt?
George Washington.
Ben Franklin.
Teddy Roosevelt was,
He was a very, very famous.
the Panama Canal. He also had a very dynamic foreign policy for his time. He's the first environmentalist kind of guy.
Yeah.
He was all over the way.
Hey guys, it's Patrick Spero here from Now Debate This. I'm here with Earl. Earl's an AP history teacher. So I want to know, who do you think is the greatest president?
Yeah, well, I suppose in my opinion it would be Abraham Lincoln, which I'm probably not alone in that.
So what characteristics do you think were there about Lincoln specifically?
In one sense, he could almost seem like he wasn't sure of himself, but in fact, because he had a bigger purpose and a bigger cause in mind, he was humble in that respect, but that humility gave him confidence, because he knew he wasn't doing something that was going to ingratiate himself and so on. He realized that the nation hung in a balance, and so through that humility, his decisions often came with a great amount of confidence when he would decide that this had to be done, this person, this general had to be removed, this one had to be put in that position.
That's great. Confidence and humility. Remember
I want honesty.
Honesty. Who's your favorite president?
Washington.
Washington?
Yeah. Yes, he had a horse.
Because he had a horse?
Yeah, and a sword.
You like horses, huh?
I really like the sword.
And a sword. A horse and a sword.